This man lived to 104 years old, and his story is truly fascinating. Richard Withers was born in 1807 in Birmingham, Worcestershire. He lived in Great Rollright in Oxfordshire and worked as an agricultural labourer. He appeared in the newspaper in 1894 with the headline, "A Happy Man Indeed." He said, "I was born on October 11th, 1807, so I shall be 86 years of age on October 11th next. I certify that I've never had any illness in my whole life, not even a toothache, nor did I take any medicine of any kind." His statement appeared in Pearson's Weekly after a prize was offered to the most healthy reader. He won the prize of £1 His life story could be heard when he reached his 100th birthday, and his story appeared in the local newspaper. It said he had spent nearly his whole life in the little village and is practically in possession of all his faculties. He resides in a little cottage adjoining the church and has done so for the last 20 years. Every morning he attends a service at the picturesque little church. He takes the short walk quite unaided, and most days, when the weather permits, his familiar figure is to be seen along the lane or at work in his garden at the rear of his cottage. He is very proud of some of his products, and not without cause. He was the first in the village to dig new potatoes this season. Recently he had been digging up his garden for the winter, but has not yet planted. Mr. Withers was born in Birmingham, but his father was a Great Rollright man and a soldier. Not being fond of his profession, he deserted as many as 3 times. When he was retaken, he was placed in the condemned regiment, or in other words, the Forlorn Hope, and was not heard of again by his son. His mother married again and went away to Exeter, leaving Richard and his younger brother to the mercy of the parish. They spent their infancy in the institution, which in those days took place of the present workhouse. Having reached the age of 10 or 11, Richard commenced work for a living, and being big enough to drive the plough, went to work at Coombs Farm. Soon after this, he decided to seek his fortune further afield, and went with some other youths to Birmingham, but things didn't turn out as anticipated, and he returned to Great Rollright, and returned to the farm where he worked as a shepherd, where he remained for the next 50 years. At the age of 24, he wedded his first wife and had 5 children. After the death of his wife, he remained single for 7 years, and at the age of about 40, he took another partner, by whom he had 6 more children. He lost his wife 3 years ago, at the advanced age of 83. Mr. Withers can recollect the Battle of Waterloo, and when the news of the defeat of the French arrived at Birmingham, he remembers as a youngster an effigy of Napoleon being carried round the village on a donkey. Smokers may find some consolation from the fact that Mr. Withers, even at the present time, consumes regularly 2 ounces of tobacco a week and has done so for years. Richard went on to live another 4 years. He passed away in 1911, aged 104. So rest in peace, Richard. You will be remembered.